I got engaged to a blind Duke episode 151. Come to think of it, where is Gerald? Kay flinched, then lowered his head to hide his expression. You'll meet him soon. He's on his way. But doesn't Kay usually stay by Gerald's side at all times? When His Grace gives orders, I sometimes carry out tasks separately. I see. Seeing Kay looking troubled, Gerald intervened. Marin, take off your clothes. What? Startled by the words from behind, Marin hurriedly covered her body with both arms. Why do you need my clothes? Kay pulled out a human-sized doll from the large bag he was carrying. We'll dress this doll in your clothes and pretend it's you while Kay goes in a different direction. Indeed, it seemed like it could fool someone from a distance. Marin immediately looked around. But where should she change out of the dress? Kay then pulled out a wide cloth from the large bag and went behind a large rock to create a place where she could change clothes. You can change here. Thank you. Marin took the clothes Kay had prepared and went inside. Putting on a yellow shirt similar to the color of sand and black pants, she felt like she had returned to the days when she used male disguise. When she came out after changing, Carl looked at her with a somewhat displeased expression. Gerald couldn't take his eyes off her clothes. Kay seemed to have deliberately prepared clothes that fit her figure for mobility, but the tight-fitting clothes revealed her body shape too much. Here. Yes. Kay took her dress and put it on the doll. Well then, I'll be going now. Be careful. Yes. Gerald watched as Kay quickly ran off carrying the doll. From now on, Kay would carry the doll around the desert for 2 days pretending it was Marin, then return directly to the Duke's castle. Let's go too. They had put some distance between themselves and the pursuers, but they never knew when they might catch up. They had to escape as quickly as possible. Yes. When Carl shouldered a small bag and naturally tried to take her hand, Marin's eyes widened as she stepped back. Carl looked at her with an expression asking why she was acting this way. Why are you trying to hold my hand? Because the desert is dangerous. Especially at night, many demon beasts roam around. Marin stared at his outstretched hand with hesitant eyes. Is it okay to hold hands with another man like this? She had already been held and even slept in his arms, so was this worry too late? When Marin looked up, he was holding out his hand with an indifferent expression. Well, he did say he likes men. As he said, the desert night was dangerous, and staying as close to him as possible was safest. Marin carefully took his outstretched hand. It was a firm hand, exactly like a swordsman's hand. The Duke's hand was like this too. Meanwhile, Gerald tightly gripped Marin's hand that he was holding after so long. How much he had wanted to hold it. He wanted to gently stroke her hand and kiss her right away. However, he couldn't reveal his identity yet. He couldn't let his guard down even a little until they escaped the desert. Once he shook off the third prince, he planned to immediately reveal that he was Gerald. Carl, you really seem similar to Gerald. Even the feeling of your hand is similar to Gerald's. Longing was evident in Marin's voice. Every time she thought of him, he couldn't contain the joy spreading in his chest. Meanwhile, Marin looked up at Carl with an oops expression. Sure enough, he couldn't hide the smile that was peeking through. Oh no, she had said something that reminded him of the Duke again. Belated regret washed over her, but she couldn't take back words already spoken. Does he really like the Duke? Ahem. Carl, what do you think of scary men? Gerald is a bit scary, you know. When I first met Gerald, he was emanating this fierce aura and interrogating me about whether I was a spy. It was really frightening. Carl's flustered gaze fixed on her profile, but Marin pretended not to notice and only looked ahead. That's not true. If you get to know him, he's warm-hearted inside. Seeing Carl take the Duke's side, Marin became certain. He really did like him. It was that feeling of hiding one's true feelings and staying by his side as his closest friend. Marin pondered with a troubled expression. She couldn't figure out how to treat him at all. It's true. What? What is? Gerald is a good guy, I mean. Marin looked up at Carl with suspicious eyes. Why is he being shy? Is it embarrassing to praise the man he likes? Yes. Marin brushed off his words half-heartedly and pondered how she could keep this rival away from the Duke. Watch out. The moment Carl yanked the hand he was holding, a cobra-like demon beast popped up from the sandy ground. As he quickly swung his sword, the demon beast's body was cut in half. Phew. Marin, who was practically in Carl's arms, calmed her startled heart and forced strength into her trembling legs. She could see demon beast blood dripping from Carl's sword. The nights in Siran Desert were indeed frightening. How many times would she have been in serious trouble if she hadn't held Carl's hand? She understood why the third prince had been so shocked when she said she had been alone in the desert. How on earth had she survived? Had other demon beasts not approached because Bunny was there? She felt increasingly grateful to the rabbit demon beast. Are you okay? At the low tone penetrating her ear, Marin quietly nodded. When she looked up, she could see deep gray eyes looking down at her with concern. She had only thought of him as a competitor and how to somehow separate him from the Duke, but thinking about it, he was someone she should be grateful to for helping her escape from the palace and assisting her like this. She seemed ungrateful for this kindness. Marin scolded herself inwardly and expressed her gratitude. Thank you. Let's go a little further and then rest. Yes. As she was about to take another step, he suddenly slipped his hand behind her knees and lifted her up in one swift motion. Marin's eyes widened in surprise. Your legs seem to give out. How did you know? I just know. No way, the blind Duke knows everything even with his eyes closed, and now the male protagonist's friend also knows everything too? Come to think of it, the Duke's other friend Zeromian could also skillfully make anything. I guess to stay by the male protagonist's side, you can't be ordinary. What am I good at? Would putting people to sleep count as an ability? What are you thinking about now? Wow. This is similar too. What is? How did you know I was thinking about something right now? Looking at her cute face as she stared at him with wide eyes in amazement, Gerald struggled to exercise patience. He also put as little strength as possible into the arms holding her. Otherwise, it felt dangerous, like he might crush her in his embrace. The only time she, who chattered incessantly like birds, became quiet was when she was thinking about something strange. It was amusing that she didn't realize this herself. I just know. Everyone really is extraordinary. Hearing her muttering, Gerald chuckled and quickened his pace. He could feel Marin relaxing her body and carefully leaning against him. Hoping she could rest comfortably in his arms, even just a little, he broadened his chest. After running for quite a while, he stopped at a place with a large rock. This place should allow them to avoid the eyes of demon beasts and people. He carefully set Marin down and handed her a water pouch from his small bag. Thank you. She must have been very thirsty as she drank the water hurriedly. When Gerald grabbed the water pouch to stop her, Marin looked at him with a puzzled expression. Drink slowly. It's not good to drink hastily. Yes. Following his advice, Marin could be seen holding the water in her mouth and drinking slowly. Having drunk enough, she held out the water pouch to him. Carl, you should drink too. All right. Gerald hesitated for a moment, looking at the opening of the water pouch where her lips had touched. Is it okay to drink from this? Oh, if it's dirty, I'll wipe it. Before she could finish speaking, Carl pressed his lips to the opening. Marin tilted her head watching this. He told her to drink water slowly, but it looked like he was just pressing his lips to the opening without drinking. Excuse me. At Marin's call, he reluctantly set down the water pouch with lingering touches. What? Where are we going? To the Western region, of course. You said Gerald also came to the Sanders Empire, right? That's right. He subtly avoided her gaze. Then couldn't you take me to Gerald? It would be good if I went to the Western region with Gerald. Though she was receiving a lot of help from Carl, she still missed the Duke. And she wanted to meet him and ask if he truly loved her. She also wanted to honestly confess her true feelings to him.